Hi there. Some of you may have heard real estate's kind of hot right now. A lot of buyers out there. So there's this phenomenon, multiple offers. We're getting multiple offers all over the place on most properties listed for sale. If they're listed at the correct price for their location, condition, marketability, then they're going to get multiple offers. So the thing is, what do you do when you get multiple offers? Do you sit back and try to negotiate with each and every person that sent you an offer, look through and find details every single offer? Well, one thing that's become, and it actually was very popular when short sales hit the market. All those agents that worked for short sale and REOs, they just said, send us your highest and best offer. They didn't bother countering anybody. They didn't want to negotiate. They just want to get an offer, get it accepted, and move on. So we're back to highest and best. A lot of times we'll have counteroffers that ask for your highest and best offer. Now some buyers will shy away from that and like, oh, it's another bidding war, I don't want any part of that, forget about it, I don't want to mess with it. But the truth is, most people do know that that's the nature of the market. And if you want to buy a house, you're competing against other buyers. There's a mindset, people are so bent on competing with the seller. I'm negotiating with the seller. You are, but you have to get past all the other buyers first before you get to the point where you can negotiate with a seller. So, highest and best offer. Obviously, highest refers to price. Who's going to bring me the most money? And of course, that's a huge factor in selling a house. But the truth is, the highest price might not be your best offer. If a price isn't going to appraise and these people are an FHA buyer with very little money in the bank, well, they could offer you $1 million on a $700,000 house, but you're not going to get it. You're not going to close escrow. So the key is trying to figure out which offer has the best chance of closing, of going from beginning to end and having a deal done at the end of the transaction. So one of the things, and speaking of appraisals, one thing I do, I talk to each lender. Every offer I get, I call the lender. So that tells me a lot. Are they accessible? Do they answer their phone? Do they respond in a timely manner? Those are all very important things when you're dealing with an escrow. But another thing I ask them is just say, hey, how's it going with appraisals now? Prices are going up so fast, and is your appraisal management company, are they being successful with these appraisals of numbers that haven't been reached before, or are they struggling? What's the deal? And I don't feed them all that, but they come back and someone will say, well, it's kind of hit and miss. Sometimes we have an appraisal and it works out, and sometimes we're a little bit low. And then others go, we don't have a problem with appraisals. We get deals done, and quite frankly, when I have a listing and I want to sell it, I've got offers generally these days that are more than I think it should appraise for, based on comps, based on being within a mile radius, same square footage, condition, right location, all that thing. When you look at that these days, it's really hard to find comps and certainly hard to bracket them, which is an appraisal term. But basically, if the lenders are not having issues with appraisals, that's a good start. And if they say, I do have some issues with appraisals, you might want to reconsider whether that offer is one that's actually going to get done or not. One of the things that we do as agents, as professionals, is we should be able to help you determine which offer has the best shot at closing. It's not about just the most money. For even just accepting offers in the negotiations aspect of it. We can go back and forth. Here's $1 for your house, and the seller comes back, well, I want $1.10, and you come back and say, oh, I'll give you $1.05, and they come back and they say, oh, I want $7.50, right? Well, that's time, right? Each one of those probably takes a day or two, up to 3 days per the form. You have to come back to each other. So that's time that's wasted. So that's why a lot of people have gone to this highest and best. Just give me your number, let's be done with it. Because oftentimes buyers don't give you their best number first time out. Most of the time they expect, especially in this market, they expect to be countered. And so they leave a little wiggle room. And that's where it's really tricky too. If you represent buyers, it's like, okay, you're gonna leave a little wiggle room, but are you even gonna get in the game? Are you gonna get to the group that gets a counteroffer? Because If you're coming in low and there's a bunch of better offers than yours, then you're not even going to get a counter offer. So it doesn't matter what you were willing to do. You never really got to the table at that point. So those are some important factors to consider with highest and best. Another thing is you have to price your house properly. If you price your home too high, you're not going to need to do a highest and best because the buyers know it's priced too high, and you're probably not going to get multiple offers, and you might get a sucker here or a sucker there, but the odds are they're going to have a problem anyway. So anyway, picking the right offer is not just about the highest offer. It's looking at what your goals are as a seller, what you want to accomplish. Do you need the most money? Is timing an issue? Do you want to risk losing this buyer, having this deal fall through, trying to fall back on one of the other ones that made you an offer before? So anyway, those are some thoughts about highest and best offer. Thank you.